All right, so Rusty, I understand from our phone conversation that you feel like you don't have any friends, like you don't have any people that you can share your life with.
Well, I don't.
Okay, and why do you feel that way? What has brought you to see the situation that way? Just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, friends. Friends means that you do things outside of like work and playing school and church and things, right? You like do stuff, and I don't have anyone that I do stuff with. I mean, go to a bar. I mean, everyone at work goes to bars and stuff, but I don't I don't do anything outside. I work. I go to church, things like that, and then I go home and I'm done.
So it sounds like a big part of your definition of friends would be people that you're doing extracurricular things with, maybe not just tedious work and school and stuff like that, but actually going out of your way and doing extra things on top of that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't partake in those activities. How long has it been since you've done something like that with someone else?
Well, I mean, when I was first dating my ex-wife, because we're divorced. Like I said on the phone.
Right.
Like
her name was Shelley.
Shelley. Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
Shelley. We used to do stuff when we were first dating. We would go out and we would go to parties and things like that. But I mean, like I've been to like family reunions. And that's totally different. Like getting together with the family, like Christmas and things like that. That's way fun. I mean, we as a family we go bowling and we do really fun things together. But when I was going out with Shelley, like we had a lot of fun before. Then as soon as we got married, then she'd go off and do other stuff. So whatever.
Okay, well let's get back to Shelley in a minute here. So it's been, as you indicated, a couple of years since you divorced Shelley.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said that you don't have any friends now. Let's reflect on that a little bit. So you have no friends. You don't feel like you have any social life. No friends at all. Work, home, school. You're saying absolutely no connections with anybody, essentially.
Well, I've got coworkers that I deal with. I mean, we're good. Like as coworkers, we're fine. We work together, we talk, or we're at work.
But because you don't go out and do extracurricular activities, you don't consider these people friends.
Yeah.
And they probably don't consider you friends.
Exactly. Why would they? I mean, they do stuff with their other friends. They go out drinking and partying, and they have fun.
So other people must have the same definition as you do, as far as what friends are. Since they don't do these things with you, they must not consider you friends either.
Well, I assume. I mean,
must they? Must they have the same understanding of what a friend is?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what other kind of definition friend would have, except for like people who, do stuff with you, like outside your family, I guess. But like,
okay. Well, what kind of alternatives do you think there might be to that? Do you think it's possible? In other words, is it possible that they might see you as more of a friend than you see them?
Well, I guess.
Have you ever seen that in other situations where two people, one might consider more a friend than the other person? Is it always that two people see each other exactly the same way as each other?
Well, my brother would. I've heard my brother calling me his friend, but I wouldn't really. I mean, I don't. I guess his definition might be different. Well, I mean, like when he talks to me, it seems like. I mean, we do stuff. It's fun. When we were married, when I was married, not to my brother, when I was married to Shelley, I would talk to him and stuff. We'd go ahead and do stuff, and he would say that I was his friend. I guess.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about Shelley. I mean, I know that this is a big cause for you coming in here. Did you consider her a friend, and did she consider you a friend?
Well, okay, like before I would say that she was my friend, but she had other friends. She went with other people, and she did other things outside, but when I would go to my brother, and I would hang out with him, or I would try to talk to him, she would be like, no, I need more time with you, or I need more time with you, but when she was like, oh, I'm going out with my friends, bye, and lock the door, she would leave. She had friends, but she wouldn't really, I didn't get to have friends. It wasn't really allowed in our friendship, in our relationship. So whatever.
Okay, so I can see that she brings you a good deal of anger thinking about that this makes you angry just to talk about her, even though it's been some time.
Well, I'm fine now.
Well, it seems that, when you talk about her, let me just say this objectively. I don't want to tell you how you feel. But when you talk about her, you raise your voice a little bit. You seem to be a little bit more, maybe your nerves are acting up a little bit more. Now, what do you think might explain for those things that I'm seeing as you talk about her?
What do you mean?
Why do you think that you raise your voice and begin to get a little bit more excited when you start to talk about Shelley?
Well, I wouldn't use the word excited.
Well, maybe excited in the sense that your system speeds up, your mind speeds up, you speak a little bit faster, you get a little bit more intense. What do you think? What causes that sort of thing?
Well, the very memory of her makes me kind of mad. Like, everything that happened in our relationship was kind of fake. It was pretty much just her. It was all her, really. Everything that I did in our relationship was for her. Everything she did in our relationship was about her, and then her self-fulfilling, and her getting friends, and her enjoying her life. And then at the very end, when she was like, I'm done, she left. She left because she felt like she wanted more out of the relationship and just abandoned me, and I didn't have anyone to be left with.
Right. Well, I noticed, and we're going to talk about Shelley some more. Something that I did notice is that you mentioned your brother. Something about your brother with Shelley. Now, what your brother? You said you'd go out and do stuff with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's my brother.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that from what you're saying that you considered her a friend for some time, and that you've had no other friends, and now you're left with no friends since the divorce. But what about your brother? I mean, what under the definition of how your relationship has been with your brother, what makes him someone who's not a friend to you? I mean, it seems like that might be someone who is a friend, judging from how you're saying. Am I wrong?
No? I mean, I guess I just never would have really... I never would have, pinned my brother as being, a friend. I mean, he had to like me because he was related. But I guess that makes sense.
Well, let me tell you something about myself a little bit here. When I was younger, I had a couple of friends in high school, non-family, and I consider them my friends. If you would ask me who are your friends, I'd say, Sean, Jake, Matt. These were people that were friends. They were not family members. I wouldn't tell you that my brother, whose name is Dallin, that he was my friend. Okay, he was my brother, right? We had a family relationship. We were forced to live in the same house. All right, that's how I saw them. But I found that as I've progressed through the years, I've lost contact with a lot of those high school people. You've probably seen the same thing. Younger years, you don't always. Most of the contacts you have are lost, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now these people, I still, they're old friends. I consider them old friends, but I don't consider them current friends. Who my friends are now are the people that know me best, who have been with me through a lot of years. The people that have seen me through some of the difficult times in my life. Now, I haven't been through a divorce per se, but I've been through some difficult times, and there have been, particularly my brother, the same one I mentioned, Dallin, has been there, and he's understood me, unlike some of the other people that I might have considered my friends sometimes. And if you were to ask me now, who are my friends? These are the people that come to mind for me, because they've seen me through some of the hardest times, and they've always been there consistently. Now, does that sound like that's me? That's me personally. That's how I consider it. Is there anything that you can identify with in how I'm talking about my brother that you could relate to your brother that might, in some ways at least, define him as a friend?
Well, yeah, I mean, my older brother really has been. He's always been there for me, through the entire divorce process and everything. He was always willing to talk to me, and always on the phone and things like that. He's always been really supportive. And whenever I've gone home, it's just he and I have been like, hey, let's do something. So I guess yeah. I mean, I could. That does make a lot of sense. Calling my older brother my friend. Yeah.
Well, the information giving. Well, what really makes a friend? I mean, there's a number of factors. Okay, time spent with somebody really helps you to get to know another person. Self-disclosure, talking about things that you believe, opinions that you have, interests that you have, and being able to connect with people on those things. While we might look back on such things and say it was just happenstance, and it's just formalities. We both happen to have an interest in skiing, so we talked about skiing. And that we might write those things off as sometimes being superficial because, talking about skiing with someone isn't talking about the things that matter most in life. But really, in reality, if you were to talk to most people, they would say that the friends that they have are the ones that they're able to open up with and connect with in that sense. And this might be a game of semantics. It might be different people label different things in a different way. But in general, most people would agree that like the friends are the people that they connect with. And I don't see why you have to label it a certain way other than being friends. We can tell ourselves all that we want, but as far as I'm so lonely even though I'm connecting with this person. But in reality, might there be some way that you could see this connection with your brother as being more of a friend than just some relationship that has been forced upon you because of something your parents did 30 years ago, which we won't go into detail about. Don't worry.
Well, thank you.
Don't worry. We can fix up anything in your head that might be there from having to have heard such things in the past, maybe. But we won't go there ourselves. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That actually makes sense. That makes pretty good sense. Yeah, I think I would be able to call my older brother my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, I think we'll be interested in exploring more of this later. But for now, our